The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703, and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Yak and Friends proudly presents Uhuru 8. Join us on Saturday, July 25th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the City Hall Auditorium, Harris Promenade in San Fernando. This year's celebration is held in honor of Mr. Anthony Kamiziong as we continue strengthening our African ties through culture, unity, and heritage. Experience an unforgettable evening of African dance, powerful drumming, cultural expression, and great food. Early bird tickets are $350 admits 2 and $200 admits 1. Come dressed in your finest African attire for a chance to win Best Dressed Male and Female. Celebrate African culture. Celebrate freedom. Celebrate Uhuru 8. For tickets, contact 684-1792 or ticket outlet at Something Special with Finishing Touch at Ritz Plaza, number 25, St. James Street in San Fernando.
Feeling the pain. My faith's been tested time and time again. Oh, but my spirit is determined to believe and to overcome life trials that seem to never done. But still, I kneel before you with a praying song. Lord, I come to pray for the strength and the faith that's required. Amen. I pray for my people to not lose their fire. Amen. Sending prayers for those who suffering in silence. Amen. Grant them wisdom, cures, clarity and guidance. Amen. I pray for the young and I pray for the old. Cover their minds, Lord, don't let them lose control. Though we stand in sin, our transgressions are many. Thank God for the life that He gave me. To all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling on the prayer warriors in the country. Love for Trinidad need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Life is getting harder to manage. Oh yeah. The plan you had for us, it's vanishing. Because the violence, Lord, the nation in distress. What's it gonna take? We need a rest. It's time that we repent and we confess. Cause Lord, I'm tired of the bloodshed rising in numbers. Amen. I'm tired see the youth choose the path of plunder. Amen. Can't walk the street in peace is a problem. Amen. Father, intervene, please save your children. Amen. I pray for them gangs and surrender your soul. You're not fully done, but you're fully in control. To change up your mindset and clean up your community. Thank God for the life that He gave we. So all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling all the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Deception is spreading, it's trending. Oh yeah. Greed and lies has surely shake we faith. Hearts gone cold, the wicked quoting well. Doubt in a place where hope should dwell. We all have to answer to you, so knees go bend. In the end, Lord, I pray for the leaders to lead with integrity. Amen. So my people could thrive and provide for the family. Amen. I really fed up on the racism, hate the division. We all have history here, don't matter your religion. I pray for all them false prophets that mislead your flock. Lord, open the eyes of the sheep that they mock. I pray in your strength and we in solidarity. Thank God for the life that He gave we. So all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling all the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. With you we walking through the fire. Amen. To make it we must stand together. Amen. To build safer communities. Amen. Enjoy the life that you give we. You are a feeling to behold. Amen. Guide all straying souls. Amen. Who God bless, no man curse. Speak it in the universe. I say, Lord bless protection around way. Amen. So the devil can't touch we. Amen. Remove evil mind and jealousy. Amen. Keep we away from that jumpy. Oh Lord, Lord, I feel a joy in my soul. Amen. Cause you always in control. Amen. The only way that I know. Amen. Make a joyful noise and sing with me. I need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Amen.
I started to run when I scope out my country. I walk by a gun realize what they promise we. A lot's going on in this sun. So I come here to bring wisdom so we don't burn down. We lovely society. See, a new government has the assignment to put we country into alignment. But every time they read us with their ego, it's the vulnerable who feeling that below. Lord, is it ignorance or is it arrogance? I don't know what to call it in this instance. Look at paradise right in front we eyes, but we still want to talk about who we despise.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we start to mash up the good things we know.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we treat we traditions like a Barbie show, you could fix everything on we island. Put gunships on we back like a tyrant. You could put 10 radars all up Scarborough. But don't forget,
this is Trinidad.
We love we freedom, and every citizen will agree that no oppression will be accepted by our Trini. We come from long days on the ground, working hard until daylight come, so we'll see it wrong to be a financial donkey. Cause every day we see a new taxation that causing a new kind of sufferation. And when you don't create that irritation, you send police to fix with desperation. Lord, where's the common sense? Where's the true intent to make you think oppression is relevant? Don't be shocked, my friend, when we start to bend and you see them placards in front of the parliament.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we little children are not free to grow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If they try to ban the words in the calypso, you could try to stop social media or the taping of police murders. You could rewrite a bill like this also. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. Take one look around. Even lingo and all could see confusions in tongue, and it's affecting everybody. Politicians and Facebook trolls, even Kai's audience lost their role. The world's upside down, and I'm worried for my country. Cause every day I see victimization, racial and social oppression. We saying is love need to go wrong, but we spreading this thing like a toxin. Man, things getting so tense, some can't pay their rent, and the effect of this feeling permanent. But what scares me though, just so that you know, is the money we about to borrow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If the IMF start to pull we toe.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we toilet paper start to run too low, you could stress out the sea pepper worker. Take a fool and make him a leader. You could change every board cause it's your show. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. I know it's good intentions we Prime Minister have for we, but brutal measures would only cause rebellion in TNT, like what caused Cambule in times of old. and it's so the story unfold. It's that rebellion that give we people identity. So careful how you deal with we intellect, 'cause DNA remembers every aspect. Not every time we cry it's just politics. Your mind could start to play you some dirty tricks. Look, remember that honor comes before minister, and that's why we give you so much power. So don't let us down and don't let us frown. We need to see our 360 turn around.
Tell me where else can we go?
If your promises start to look untrue,
Tell me where else can we go?
if your own voters losing trust in you, you could do what you want with what intent. You could bar talk the independent bench. You could change the country that we once know. But don't forget, this is Trinidad.
Well, ain't shame, boy. This is the reason why Red and Ready didn't show up for you. You all allowed certain elements of society into our party and destroyed our party. I'm born and raised PNM. I'm from Arima, PNM stronghold. So everything was PNM for us. And we was groomed to believe that you all were good people. We were groomed to believe, we were groomed to see no wrong, no fault in all your decision making. Now that we are adults, we can see the truth. So that's why 100,000 of us adults in my generation chose not to allow you all to go back there and lie to us ever again.
Is Big Sail. The name of the singer, Queen Victoria.
Africans, for sale, for sale, for sale. Africans, for sale, for sale, for sale.
All your good, yes? I was lying with some old men before the election, and well, I was amazed of their discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025, how Africans were selling cheap and UNC buying dead or alive. One old man shout out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by themselves, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilaga, who the old FIFA wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let we start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying Africans. Sing the thing. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying Africans. She don't have all she chance and she the honor rhymes. No, what she need is some slave names, man, some big strong Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We going good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Tobago and Trinidad. Oh, somebody pinch me. Hey, UNC sitting and they're waiting patiently. With about 16 safe seats, they don't win that already. The woman said, I have my people and they are born UNCs. Now all I need is some Africans who got their names out of slavery. She said that she hear they're really selling cheap, and she could buy them very very cheap, 500 and a jersey. A lot of people will cry when she's finished with CPEP, because she is not holding back 10 p.m. have nothing to get. She said this party be for country, all you never forget. She will care for her people and she have no blasting regret. Africans for sale, we buying Africans. She buying Africans for sale. Listen, we buying Africans. She said we like crab in a barrel, we pulling each other down. But I want their votes, so I jam them the winning song. And so they know it. Africans when you see wins, everybody wins. Africans for sale, Tobago and Trinidad. This verse slow, right? The black mines in Tobago, she's working on them with ease, but she's not afraid because monkeys say cool breeze. She said the last time she was easy, this time there is no room for mistakes, cause when she's done with Tobago, it's either they make or break. She has her eyes on Moruga, especially Samuel Cooper. They got a lot of P&M houses, but none of them can remember. She's buying some in 6 company because they're nice, they're bad and they're trim. Their ancestors came from Africa and all of them is Americans. She passed through 5 company and she bounced up Madingo. Well, boy, she makes she name cause she gets Africans for Africans for sale, we buying Africans. Kill them. Africans for sale, listen this, we buying Africans. Doug Faisalbad was pretty Siroja with her in the cemetery. He said I'm waiting for refinery point, that man had to be crazy. What? Africans for sale, we buying good or bad. Africans for sale, Tobago and Trinidad. I never meet too cohesive man so. She said my people are loyal, they don't vote for other parties. But them P&M people just show them some money, staggered roti. She said I have my safe seats in the safe hands of Caroni. She'll go on to St. Couva, straight down to St. Paris. She said I love my people, for 10 years we out in the rain. But when I get back in there, things will never be the same. To all of my people, you must get your rightful place. And I don't care who's sitting there and think I am talking race. You all know what's hurting me. You see that, Dr. Rowley? We don't hide up all we money. The damn man change the currency. Hey! Africans for sale, hey! We buying Africans. Kill them! Africans for sale, we buying Africans. They bought out PSA. They got them for 10%. Now they could beat the chest and laugh, cause they know it's money well spent. All your love, all your Africans for sale, we buying good or bad. Africans for sale.
Okay, shame, boy. This is the reason why Red and Ready didn't show up for you. You all allow certain elements of society into our party and destroyed our party. I'm born and raised P&M. I'm from Arima, P&M stronghold. So everything was P&M for us. And we was groomed to believe that you all were good people. We were groomed to believe, we were groomed to see no wrong, no fault in all your decision making. Now that we are adults, we can see the truth. So that's why 100,000 of us adults in my generation chose not to allow you all to go back there and lie to us ever again.
I'm lying, eh? I really doesn't be into the politics and the politics and them politicians and them just You understand? Making promises that can't keep. But boy, and I grew up in a PNM household. Last election I voted UNC because you know we wanted change. But boy, this is it, you know. Boy, you know, holding them leaders and them who we put in power accountable for what is going on in the country, boy. Men like Alexander, the two Alexanders, and them is the worst. When you would look forward for these men and them to do better and be better leaders, the showing the youths of the nation that you don't need education, you understand, to be in government. They could just be stupid, illiterate, and fully dunce.
I said give me a F, O, and let them know that is the code. Some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play goatish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, I see the FA, now they go FO. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. FA, FO, I see the FA. Because it now so keen, he naming the Epstein files. So they now studying like they're voting a presidential pedophile. FA, FO, I said the FA, now they go FO. You see when you're FA wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, I tell you that is, tell them that is the code. Oh, say, can you see? You see the code? Come in. Trinidad love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America Trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily the clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene, scandalize the land and destroy we economy. What? Like we missed the free for all, incompetence and bubble. So we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at default. Feel the FA, FO, they say the FA, now they go FO. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. FA, FO, I say the FA, now we go FO. Meanwhile Tanti setting up TNT in people worship where we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the red eye in shipping palace. FA, FO, I said the FA, now she go FO. You see when you're FA wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out, FA, FO, tell them that is, tell them that is the code. Cause when code yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the doc. Doc, you had the mandate of most of the electorate. you mentioned the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome. But your FA, FO, your FA, and then your FO. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shortcut. That's FA, FO, your FA, now all of we FO. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. But they feel like they get betrayed, like it has snake in the valleys. FA, FO, I say your FA, now all of we FO. You see when you're ever wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's sour in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, and that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this. Let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a F. Give me a A. Another F. Give me a O.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and good evening to those of you who are locked on to Constructive Talk. Yep, let me apologize for the late start. It's 9:14, and there's so much happening. Sometimes you just really don't even know where to start with some of the things that's going on in this country. So seeing where people are praising the Prime Minister, boy. Yep, there are people who are praising the Prime Minister. There are people who are, and I sorry, yeah, but I don't know, people are blinded, you know what I mean? But some people just can't lobby for us, but they're seeing it from the CARICOM's point of view. So let me leave it there and see how it will pan out, because this isn't, I would love to hear Dr. Rowley's view on this, but what I could say is just left to see how this will play off. Right? It's just left to see how this will play off. So I saw where there are several things in the news that I wanted to touch on. And one of the things is what's going on with the central bank, Nutrimix, that kind of thing. Central bank talking about, hey, Nutrimix not going to affect anything. They never affected anything, and they're not going to affect anything. Right? That is what the central bank governor is trying to make the country believe, that, hey, all of this big hullabaloo about Nutrimix leaving, come on, there's nothing to worry about. You know, things are going to work out. Fair enough. I don't know how many of you heard the central bank report on Nutrimix and what they had to say. The Minister of Homeland Security is saying there's nothing to worry about. There is nothing to worry about. The what do you call it? We have a passports, man. You know what we're yourself about. Don't allow the PNM and talk show hosts and news reporters to rile you up. Right? Don't allow reporters and talk show hosts to rile you all up, because everything is well, it's going well, where everything is going well when the passports are concerned. So don't have to pull your head. You know, that is what that is what the Minister of Homeland Security is saying. All right, so let me play for you the news clip today. I play for you the news clip and what the news had to say about it. Take a listen to this.
The Ministry of Homeland Security is tonight saying there are enough passports to meet demand and additional booklets are expected to arrive in September.
On Monday, CNC3 News reported that the supply of booklets is dangerously low and unless there is drastic intervention, they will run out of stock in a matter of months.
However, while the ministry is today telling us that 62,000 booklets were provided in the last 8 months, it does not mention how many remain. And as Akash Samaru tells us, most of that stock has already been used up.
The Homeland Security Minister is adamant there is sufficient passport booklets to meet current demand. And he said 48,000 additional booklets should be here in September to bolster existing stock. Now, after several attempts to get figures from Minister Roger Alexander, late this afternoon, the Homeland Security Ministry sent some. The ministry said in October last year, 50,000 booklets were received, and in June 2026, a further 12,000 were added to existing inventory. The minister then said the Immigration Division issues fewer than 6,000 passports per month, and therefore, that should be enough to meet the needs of the traveling public. But there's a key figure missing that was not provided, and one that CNC3 News has asked for via email and WhatsApp Messenger. And that is how many booklets remain in stock. Because while the ministry said 62,000 booklets were provided between October to now, CNC3 News was reliably informed that most of that stock is almost used up. Meaning, until that 48,000 additional booklets are in hand, the issue of a shortage does not go away. And while the ministry says that citizens can continue to apply for and receive passports as normal, we saw comments on social media today with people saying they are waiting up to 4 months for their passports. Furthermore, we tried booking an appointment for a passport and could not get one for the rest of this year. Meanwhile, according to the ministry, it began procuring more passport booklets in March 2026 while advancing plans for a new e-passport system. It said the e-passport procurement process is underway and will introduce online applications, appointments, biometric chip technology, stronger security features, and updated passports bearing the new coat of arms with the steel pan. And for those who are asking why the solution to a reported shortage is not to simply just print more, CNC3 News was informed that passport booklets require a lengthy production process because specialized security paper and country-specific features such as the national watermark must be embedded during manufacturing. Suppliers must source materials, produce and test the booklets, then ship them before the Immigration Division can personalize them locally. A process usually planned well in advance based on demand. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
All right, thank you very much, Akash. So, I don't know how many of you believe the minister. I don't know how many of you believe that information that we're getting there. But the minister is saying that, hey, everything is intact, you know. Everything is intact for you to get your passport. Do you believe the minister? Akash and they are saying that they have inside information that it is not, everything is not okay with your passport or persons getting passports on time. Again, last night you would have played for you the story of what, what they said, and I want to play this for you. because the opposition leader would have spoken about it, and I wanted to play for you what she said and what the people have to say. Take a listen. Alright, so take a listen to what the opposition leader had to say and what the people had to say.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Penelope Beckles is calling on the Homeland Security Minister to come clean with the country on what she describes as a growing passport crisis.
Beckles says Roger Alexander has failed a major test of public accountability and must tell citizens how many passport booklets remain. She says the issue is not political but affects citizens who depend on passports for travel, education, medical treatment and work. The opposition leader is also questioning the government's management of the transition to e-passports. She says while modernizing the system may be important, the move cannot be used as an answer to the immediate concerns of citizens who need passports now. Well, with reports that the Trinidad and Tobago's current supply of passport booklets is almost exhausted, we asked you whether you are worried.
Here's what some of you had to say.
Yes, I am very worried about that because people need to travel. They don't carry up all the prices, so they need to have this available for the public. I think something should be done.
I'm not worried right now because my passport will expire next year, so I'll see how it goes next year.
Yeah, but well, the last time I did my thing, I find it take a little too long. It's had to wait long. It will take longer because I just source it.
A little bit, yes.
Why?
Well, because some of us may have to fly out for in case of family emergency or whatever the cause or whatever the problem is, and we will have to wait longer to get it. And yes, some of us will have problems with that, and it would be a kickback for us as well. So.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about it, they had to know how to do this thing properly. You see, when they're doing this thing properly, they take sometimes 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months onto you. When they're supposed to do it, everything, all the machinery ready, they take your information and they do it on spot for you.
Yes, I'm worried because I made an application recently and I know one of my family, he had an emergency and he got a appointment quite in December. And that's kind of ridiculous.
The Ministry of Homeland Security is tonight saying there are enough passports to meet demand and additional booklets are expected to arrive in September.
On Monday, CMC3 News reported that the supply of booklets is dangerously low and unless there is drastic intervention, they will run out of stock in a matter of months.
However, while the ministry is today telling us that 62,000 booklets were provided in the last 8 months, it does not mention how many remain. And as Akash Samaru tells us, most of that stock has already been used up.
The Homeland Security Minister is adamant there is sufficient passport booklets to meet current demand. And he said 48,000 additional booklets should be here in September to bolster existing stock. Now, after several attempts to get figures from Minister Roger Alexander, late this afternoon, the Homeland Security Ministry sent some. The ministry said in October last year, 50,000 booklets were received, and in June 2026, a further 12,000 were added to existing inventory. The minister then said the Immigration Division issues fewer than 6,000 passports per month, and therefore, that should be enough to meet the needs of the traveling public. But there's a key figure missing that was not provided, and one that CNC3 News has asked for via email and WhatsApp Messenger. And that is how many booklets remain in stock. Because while the ministry said 62,000 booklets were provided between October to now, CNC3 News was reliably informed that most of that stock is almost used up. Meaning, until that 48,000 additional booklets are in hand, the issue of a shortage does not go away. And while the ministry says that citizens can continue to apply for and receive passports as normal, We saw comments on social media today with people saying they are waiting up to 4 months for their passports. Furthermore, we tried booking an appointment for a passport and could not get one for the rest of this year. Meanwhile, according to the ministry, it began procuring more passport booklets in March 2026 while advancing plans for a new e-passport system. It said the e-passport procurement process is underway and will introduce online applications, appointments, biometric chip technology, stronger security features, and updated passports bearing the new coat of arms with the steel pan. And for those who are asking why the solution to a reporter shortage is not to simply just print more, CNC3 News was informed that passport booklets require a lengthy production process because specialized security paper and country-specific features such as the national watermark must be embedded during manufacturing. Suppliers must source materials, produce and test the booklets, then ship them before the Immigration Division can personalize them locally. A process usually planned well in advance based on demand. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
So there you heard it. So it's up to you now to come to your own conclusion. Because I'm seeing people on the live saying, hey, I waited 3 months now for my passport. 3 months. And I can't get my passport. So there are persons who are waiting for passports for quite a while and haven't been able to get it. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let us see. Let's see how far this will go. Alright? Let's see how far this will go. There are other issues that I wanted to bring to your attention. One of them is the CARICOM issue, but I'll come to that in a bit. I wanted to play this video for you guys. Take a listen to the CNC3 Business Watch video and listen carefully to what Central Bank is saying to you, Trinidad and Tobago. It's important that you are aware and that you listen to what Central Bank have to say. Take a listen.
In response to last Sunday's Business Guardian's cover story written by Gregory Maguire, the central bank explains it recalibrates its foreign exchange reserve projections on an ongoing basis and does so using the information provided from a number of sources, including the Ministry of Energy and companies in the sector. In a notice published in newspapers and on the central bank website, the central bank says immediately on learning that Methanex was ceasing operations, the bank contacted the NGC to understand the implications of this for its forecast of foreign exchange and was assured that the gas was going to be allocated for other companies. The central bank continues, the NGC confirmed that there will be no gas left in the ground and indicated for good measure in subsequent discussions the companies which may take the additional gas. The NGC has further stated that there may even be an uplift in the price received and that the arrangement will continue into the foreseeable future. The central bank says it understands well that there are other issues that need to be considered in deriving the overall impact of the decision made by Methanex, and these have also been taken into account in identifying the impact on overall cash flows. The central bank says it reconfirmed on July 6, 2026 with the National Gas Company that the gas is being allocated to alternative uses. Office equipment and technology provider Eric Solis Marketing Limited, or Solis, has advised that its board of directors and the board of directors of its wholly owned subsidiary, Business Equipment and Interiors International Limited, has approved the amalgamation between Solis and BEI. This move, which was announced via a notice on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange on Tuesday, is subject to regulatory approval and the filing of the required articles of amalgamation with the company's registry. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange price.
You listen to that? You're comfortable with that, Trinidad and Tobago? I really want to know. You're comfortable with that? That explanation that Central Bank give to you, I want to know. Are you comfortable with what you heard from Central Bank? I really want to know. I want to hear your views this evening. I'll play it one more time, and I want to hear your views this evening. Are you comfortable with the explanation that Central Bank has put out to you, based on all the other information that you have heard from MP Young, talking about Methanex and the importance of them being in Trinidad and Tobago? They are one of our biggest foreign use, revenue creators. Are you comfortable with what the Central Bank had to say? Take a listen again, Trinidad and Tobago, to what the Central Bank had to say about the closing down of Nutrix.
In response to last Sunday's Business Guardian's cover story written by Gregory Maguire, the Central Bank explains it recalibrates its foreign exchange reserve projections on an ongoing basis and does so using the information provided from a number of sources, including the Ministry of Energy and companies in the sector. In a notice published in newspapers and on the Central Bank website, the Central Bank says immediately on learning that Methanex was ceasing operations, the bank contacted the NGC to understand the implications of this for its forecast of foreign exchange and was assured that the gas was going to be allocated to other companies. The Central Bank continues, the NGC confirmed that there will be no gas left in the ground and indicated for good measure in subsequent discussions the companies which may take the additional gas. The NGC has further stated that there may even be an uplift in the price received and that the arrangement will continue into the foreseeable future. The Central Bank says it understands well that there are other issues that need to be considered in deriving the overall impact of the decision made by Methanex, and these have also been taken into account in identifying the impact on overall cash flows. The Central Bank says it reconfirmed on July 6, 2026 with the National Gas Company that the gas is being allocated to alternative uses. Office equipment and technology provider Eric Solis Marketing Limited, or Solis, has advised that its board of directors and the board of directors of its wholly owned subsidiary Business Equipment and Interiors International Limited has approved the amalgamation between Solis and BEI. This move, which was announced via a notice on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange on Tuesday, is subject to regulatory approval and the filing of the required articles of amalgamation with the company's registry. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange price.
Listen when the previous speakers opened up the debate and talked about what the PNM did and what the PNM hate the union. And listen, furthermore, and I was ashamed for the member for point 14, he made a statement and I'm responding to his statement. He said since 1937, the PNM attacking the OWTU. The PNM was born in 1956. So desperate is he, so desperate are they to score political points that they always resort to lies. For the same period of 2019 to 2024, Paria made 52.6 billion in revenue, paid 0.9 billion in taxes, and made a profit of 1.3 billion. These results are indicative of the benefits of the restructuring exercise that the government undertook. And that, Madam Deputy Speaker, and population of Trinidad and Tobago is why that very difficult decision was taken and implemented in late 2018. We took absolutely no pleasure in it. It was an extremely, we debated amongst ourselves as a cabinet for weeks. We explored every single option not to sink Trinidad and Tobago, which was the singular reason why the decision was taken. The singular reason. But in doing what we had to do, which was a restructuring, companies were created that are profitable, that will now be put at risk. $2.7 billion. It is a fact that they don't like to hear. $2.7 billion in cash paid. Cash to the former workers. CPEP workers got nothing. URP workers got nothing. That is their legacy.
You know, I was really trying to find the video with Mr. MP Young talking about the closure of Methanex. If I find that video, I'll play it for you and the effects of it, how it will affect Trinidad and Tobago's foreign reserve. Foreign reserve. You know, while all of this is going on, and while every day the goalpost is being moved for us to discuss current affairs, and this is what the program is about. The program is about us discussing current affairs issues, things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world and all over. I just want to bring to your remembrance, or just bring to you something. We're still waiting on the Minister of Housing to tell us why they stop the project. Okay? We're still waiting on that. Why did they pull back the 34 million? Why? We're still waiting on that. We are still waiting for the Minister of Housing to answer that question for us. We are still waiting on some issues that we have outstanding in Trinidad and Tobago. We have some issues that is outstanding that up to now we cannot get answers for. Can't get answers for. Because why? We are too busy. We are too distracted with other issues. We are a very distracted bunch of people. And if they send a rabbit as a decoy, we grab hold of that. My question also tonight is, Minister of Local Government, Khadija Amin. So you have given Port of Spain Corporation its monthly allocations for salary for the month of June. The month of July is here. The month of August is coming. September is coming. Is it that every month the mayor of Port of Spain have to go to the media and let them know that he doesn't have salary? Money to pay salaries? But we are caught up as a nation with plenty things. Rightfully so, we have questions. We've seen where pan being treated like rubbish. Youngsters getting locked up. We're seeing issues in this country raising up every day. Every day something. Every day. You cannot put on the news and just ignore. We're not hearing about the murder toll. Murders have not been a discussion in this country at all, and a man got assassinated in a community right across from me, St. Madeleine. He was assassinated. But you know what? Hooray! The Prime Minister used a real diplomatic technique to get all the 40-something prime ministers to agree with her on this matter concerning Miss Burnett. Hooray for that. Hooray for that. I saw Rambles did a video. I'm going to get a video and show you what Rambles did about the same passport issue. This same passport issue, Rambles did a video on TikTok. Right? And when he did the video, I said, wow. I can't even play the whole video because he said some things in the video, you know, I can't play. But I'll play part of it. Why I'll play part of it? Because while Ramble's doing his thing, I am doing my thing. Others doing their thing. But the rabbits, the decoy rabbits that are being flowed and thrown all over Trinidad and Tobago to distract us from the realities of what is going on in this place. There are some things happening in Trinidad and Tobago that we are being we ignoring, boy. We are ignoring. Look, last night we had a friendly discussion with the caller who I used to call 10%. Can't call him that again. And Brian and another guy from Wassa. Clearly telling us that Miss Felicia has to meet with the board of Wassa in order to come up with the increased salaries for Wassa workers. Really? Well, let's take a listen to this now. Take a listen to this, and then I'm going to come back and take some of your calls. Take a listen to this. Please.
At some point, we need to ask ourselves a serious question. What the hell is really going on in this country? Because what do you even mean by we are running out of passport booklets to print renewals and to print new passports? What does that even mean? They did exactly what they have been doing since assuming office, cancelling things without having replacement things in place for the cancelled things. So they cancelled the contract from the previous booklet manufacturer without having a new booklet manufacturer waiting in the wings. You have to be an imbecile. I googled it because you all know I'm a master googler. I googled it to see which other country this has happened to in the past. And guess what? You won't believe this. Look who we are ranking with. On the top of the list, the most recent, Trinidad and Tobago. Below that, Lebanon. Below that, Zimbabwe. Below that, Pakistan. And we are a peacetime country, you know. We gone to the dogs. We are not even kicking dog at this point. Dog kicking us. And I'm blaming Patrick Manning for this. Yes, Patrick Augustus moving Manning. You are to blame because they can't just give people things and then put no guardrails and safety systems in place to prevent shit like this from happening. You just gave us the OJT program and go on your way, right? Bust out and gone, and didn't put in the fine print, there shall be no OJT governments or no OJTs in prominent positions. And now look at us today with a whole OJT government making a mockery of the parliament and you gone. You all know I don't really indulge. I have never indulged, but it gets to a point, right? It gets to a point where it's like, can't just sit down on the sidelines and watch your country go. And, you know, you understand what I'm saying? It gets to that point.
We just apologize for the language that was, spoken on the video. I apologize. But Olia, let me be real now. Olia, we could be real. We could be real, Olia. Let me be real now, Olia. 4647003. So we have the Nutrimix issue. I see Mr. Mariano Brown did a video. I want to play that video. I want to play the video with Mr. Mariano Brown. Because Mr. Mariano Brown is not a man to do videos. Mr. Mariano Brown is not a kind of man to do videos. So I want to play this video of Mr. Mariano Brown, and then I'm going to take some calls. Take a listen to Mr. Mariano Brown.
Do you think that economic diversification in Trinidad and Tobago is possible without a total crash in the energy sector? There's an old saying that you could learn while you are on your feet, or you will learn while you're on your knees. And what that means is that you can act when you have time, that means with foresight, or out of desperation when you have no time and when choices are limited and very narrow. I am Mariano Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of the UWI Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business. Even though Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector, which is more than 100 years old, is in clear decline, we're still talking about economic diversification as a future project, as tomorrow's ambition, as a nice to have instead of today's emergency, an urgently needed economic survival strategy. Oil and gas revenues have done a lot to transform the Trinidad and Tobago economy, but there's a downside to that. When oil and gas was booming and revenues were flowing in, they were recirculated throughout the economy and the businesses grew. There was an unintended consequence in that, however. The result was that we did not do what was necessary to diversify the economy. Conversations about stimulating true economic diversification have been raging for more than 30 years, but we're no closer to leading the economy away from being a mostly single-celled kind of creature, heavily dependent on the energy sector. This is a challenge that many other oil-producing countries have had, but some have been more successful in the diversification effort than others. Indonesia, for example, has been able to move its economy away from a dependence on oil to other areas, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and digital services, and let's not forget tourism. Whilst there's always a lot of talk about diversification and the need to move away from oil and gas, there is always an emphasis on what is the next oil project or the next gas project that's going to rescue us from economic oblivion. And that, unfortunately, reduces the emphasis that needs to be placed on the other sectors that we need to develop. So what do you think? Are we going to make a serious effort to diversify the economy whilst we're on our feet? Or do we have to wait until we're on our knees? Tell me what you think in the comments.
See, you just heard Mr. Mariano Brown and his 2 cents on what's going on with Trinidad and Tobago economy. I told you that I wanted to play for you the video with MP Young explaining to us about Nutrimix and how important is it to our economy. If what we're hearing from the central bank making sense, or do you let us play the both of them and see if we're getting the real story, or are we being played? Right? So I'm going to play MP Young and then I'm going to open up the phone lines. Take a listen to MP Young and then I'm going to open up the phone lines.
What's going on at Nutrien and Point Lisas? What's going on at the estate? And how does that affect us as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Allow me to share my thoughts with you on how it's going to affect you and me and future generations. Let me just put the Point Lisas estate into context for us in Trinidad and Tobago, because as citizens, we should all be concerned. The Point Lisas estate was built towards the late 70s, early 80s, the 80s period. And the vision for it was to build this industrial complex to attract energy companies, which fortunately we did. And now we're the largest exporter of products like ammonia in the world, second largest exporter of methanol in the world. Those are products that use our natural gas and the natural gas we produce in Trinidad and Tobago. And the plants that are set up there are owned by these global energy companies. One of the global energy companies, actually one of the biggest nitrogen producers and ammonia producers in the world, is a company called Nutrien. What we're seeing today troubles me, because we in Trinidad and Tobago have to remain competitive in the global environment. We're not the only place that has natural gas. We're not the only place seeking to attract global investment in these plants. There are many other countries in the world with more gas reserves than we have, and more competitive terms potentially than we have, that could attract these global companies away from Trinidad and Tobago. We have had less and less gas supply. So it makes us in more of a precarious position and more balancing to be done. So when you come now and you unilaterally increase electricity rates, as we just saw in the last budget, that increases the cost to these companies. Then you go now and you try to extort and increase other rates related to the estate. What does it do, Trinidad and Tobago? It makes us very, very uncompetitive. The information coming to me is it's not only Nutrien. And in fact, if you look in between what the government and in particular NE are saying, they seem to be taking this approach across the whole industrial estate, where we have many, many energy companies. If these companies shut down their plants, you know what it means for you and for me, Trinidad and Tobago? First thing, the government is going to lose revenue, because a significant amount of the government's revenue and the earning of foreign exchange comes from these plants via taxation every time they sell their products on the global market. So we're going to lose more forex, we're going to lose government revenue, which again means that the government is going to struggle to provide services. Salaries may not be paid, or maybe not be paid on time. Hospitals could start to have shortages and these types of things. You know what's the second thing this will affect? Jobs. We're already seeing it. Over the weekend, Nutrien, because of the shutdown, over 300 temporary workers had to move, because these are plants. They constantly need external support, a service company support. And let me tell you, something as simple as the family that provides food to the workers on the plant, that look forward and they make their earning, gone. So I hope that good sense prevails, because I don't want Trinidad and Tobago to suffer at the hands of incompetence and at the hands of poor negotiation. Of course, we must always try to get the best value for Trinidad and Tobago. And that's what we in the last government, the PNM government, spent years doing, the last 8 to 9 years negotiating. But not once did you see this crisis created. Because it is a balancing exercise. And what this government is doing is making Trinidad and Tobago very uncompetitive with global players. And I hope and I pray that they don't pick up their plans and go elsewhere.
In response to last Sunday's Business Guardian's cover story written by Gregory Maguire, the central bank explains it recalibrates its foreign exchange reserve projections on an ongoing basis and does so using the information provided from a number of sources, including the Ministry of Energy and companies in the sector. In a notice published in newspapers and on the central bank website, the central bank says immediately on learning that Methanex was ceasing operations, the bank contacted the NGC to understand the implications of this for its forecast of foreign exchange and was assured that the gas was going to be allocated to other companies. The central bank continues, the NGC confirmed that there will be no gas left in the ground and indicated for good measure in subsequent discussions the companies which may take the additional gas. The NGC has further stated that there may even be an uplift in the price received and that the arrangements will continue into the foreseeable future. The central bank says it understands well that there are other issues that need to be considered in deriving the overall impact of the decision made by Methanex, and these have also been taken into account in identifying the impact on overall cash flows. The central bank says it reconfirmed on July 6, 2026 with the National Gas Company that the gas is being allocated to alternative uses. Office equipment and technology provider Eric Solis Marketing Limited, or Solis, has advised that its board of directors and the board of directors of its wholly owned subsidiary Business Equipment and Interiors International Limited has approved the amalgamation between Solis and BEI. This move, which was announced via a notice on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange on Tuesday, is subject to regulatory approval and the filing of the required articles of amalgamation with the company's registry. And now for a look at today.
I'm taking all your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003.
I said give me a F, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I don't hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon with serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out facing real consequences, that when you play childish games you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory they welcome.
All right, caller, you can go ahead.
Yeah, the contrast between everything that you just said Thursday concerning the economy is so mind-boggling and so on, and yet people want to talk about suffering under the last 10 years. Well, real suffering is about to come in, because when the central bank governor tells us that there'll be a greater infusion of foreign exchange. Foreign exchange from where? From where? If the plants shut down or mothballed and they're not producing, where the foreign exchange coming from?
Well, that's why that call, and that's a question that we that's why I played the clip from MP Young, and that's why I played the clip from the central bank, because somebody need to clear, and that's why I thought that Mariana Brown was going to deal with that. But I'm hearing, I'm seeing where Mariana Brown and they having
Friday he'll be doing our 3 hours on his program, and he'll have guests instead of the normal 2 hours, the program will run for 3 hours.
And they're talking about the economy.
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying, right? For the last 10 years, that same Mariano Brown was bashing the PNM for its diversification efforts, right? And we had to be fair. What was the idea of the smelter plant and the industrial estate in Labrie? The two things were to work hand in hand. In that, and also remember what is left by the cancellation of the smelter plant when the UNC came in is what? We had excess power generation from NGC that we had nowhere to put it. So you know what we had to do? We had to put it back in the domestic grid. And here what people forget too that nobody speaks about. Yeah, you have a loan to the Chinese government to pay back because they were going to build the smelter plant and operate it for us, right? And the excess power, you had to pay it back somewhere, and where had to go, and who had to pay for it, and all these is the consequences. What was the idea of the E-Tech Park up there in Tomuto? To create industries based on to diversify the economy and all that they shouted down. What was the idea of the mega farms? The idea about the mega farms was to bring in the Cubans to assist us in terms of certain agricultural production and increasing yield there at the mega farms to start with, and then you expanded to the wider farming community in the country. That was diversifying the economy. I recall as far back as under the NAR, under Prime Minister Robinson then, they wanted to use the people in what they called the labor-intensive development program, the successor to DURE and the forerunner to URP, to have these people go back and rehabilitate cocoa estates. And you know what? People objected to that. They say, they want to introduce the people to farming and so on. So I say that to tell people how far back if we have done that 40 years ago in terms of rehabilitating all cocoa and coffee estate, citrus, how far we would have been advanced with different industries in the country. And that is also what the youth development program, the Shade House program, the YAP program under Minister Cummins would have been about. All these were initiatives to diversify the economy. Look, the fish processing plant that was open in Moruga, what I was about diversifying the economy down on that part of the island, that part of the country. Why did you talk about them thing? You understand what I'm saying? Right? And that is why I really cannot take Mariano Brown and them serious, because all of them over the last 10 years was saying what efforts the government making. Look, we even had Pastor Google, before people forget, we had the plant down in Central with respect to the solar panels, the solar farm. And what I was going to do, they were going to channel some of that energy into the domestic market for homes and so on, and to wean some of the energy of the grid from the NGC production of electricity through power gen to go to TNTech. That is what part of that in diversifying the economy was about. When the government spoke about on the highway to Toko and open up the East Coast for shipping and so on, a port in there, they spoke and half of that. But all of that was part about diversifying the economy and carrying certain industries to the eastern part of the island to create new industries and so on. Huh? Man, listen, but you know, on that thing about also with the passports that you played, right? So the minister is saying that there are 65,000 passports, and a new shipment will be coming in September. And you also spoke about the expansion of the e-passport program. All right, platform. Okay, so you had the expansion of the passport platform, but what about people who may have an emergency and they would need, and saying that there are 65,000, That doesn't say that a crisis will be averted. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really OJT governance. You understand what I'm saying? That is what we're facing, and I want to leave this one with people. So one of the international podcasts that I listened to today, it is saying that the U.S. inventory, oil inventory in their strategic oil reserves is now down to 315 million barrels. I say it again, 315 million barrels. That is the lowest it has been since 1983. Now, the Prime Minister is talking about our biggest ally when she gave her 4th of July greetings to them and so on. I want to tell you this. If it comes down to that level, do you feel that they will be so generous of neighbors to us to facilitate our needs for fuel over theirs? And look, tonight attack started back in Iran because last night into this morning, 2 ships were attacked in the Strait of Hormuz by the Iranians. One was an LNG ship coming from Qatar, and the other one was another ship trying to evade the blockade. And on that same podcast, the experts are saying, listen, things will be dire because what is being moved through the Straits of Hormuz by paying the $2 million tariff per ship that Iran has imposed, the oil is only going to the Asian market. None is going to the Western market and Europe. What does that portend for us when we depend on supplies from the Western side? Grim days ahead, Pastor. That is why we are to face. And that is the reality that people had to wake up and realize. The other clip that you ought to pay for them to get other understanding from MP Young is the one when he spoke about Methanex as well. What the Methanex shutdown will mean.
I played that just now. I think
that was nutrient. That was nutrient. Methanex is the other one.
Well, if you have it, send it for me now, please.
All right, I'll see what I can do for you. All right?
Okay, thank you.
People don't understand what's going on, and it's not nice. And it's thanks for the opportunity, Pastor.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm taking your calls 464-7003, 464-7003. All right, so if the caller can send me that other video, I'll play it. But again, Trinidad and Tobago, we need to wake up. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
Pastor Google, it is a crying shame that your callers have to call and give reports or commentary on gloom and doom of our beloved country, because we are all sons of the soil. And I always listen because I don't believe it's really right for us to do that. But then when you look at what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, especially Trinidad, we don't have much of a choice. You know, your last caller spoke about farms and so on. You remember, Pastor Google, that every so often we used to have mega sale on by around the Queen's Park, just behind these stands on the southern end of the the southern end of the Queen's Park Savannah every so often, and people will come and sell their wares and their goods, their produce and so on. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where that gone? When last you heard about farmers, new farmers coming to sell at a very good price to the good people of Trinidad and Tobago? When last you heard about that? When last have you heard about the so-called body cameras that they say they didn't like and we're supposed to get for the police? I'm mixing it all up. When last have you heard about it? The money that was already more or less spent. They took it back and say, nah, them cameras ain't no good. You'll get better cameras. Up to now, no cameras. Nobody cameras for the police. The gas that was supposed to have been used down in Labrie, when the UNC came on board, the then Prime Minister indicated, don't worry, we will use that gas and we will put up business in Labrie. What did they do? They built a Japanese plant. And we ended up losing money there, that to the extent where when Dr. Rowley came in 2015, he had to send Stuart Young, because what had happened at the time, all of the gas, instead of it being shared amongst those in Point Lisas, was going to this one plant, if you recall. This one plant in Labrie. And Stuart Young had to go halfway around the world to say, listen, that can't happen because our other plants are starving. And he was able to manipulate and maneuver, but we're still paying for it. We're still paying for gas. And now here we are today. Now Nutrient's still here. How I know that? Because I hear a steel band called Nutrient something. I think it's Silver Star. I same Silver Star self. So Nutrient's still here, but they're waiting. I recall Methanex saying last year that, listen, we're not getting enough gas. And if we don't get enough gas, we will not be able to run our plants. Because if you run the plants halfway, the plants may be damaged. That is Atlas and Titan, two major methanol plants. Major. Methanol told us that they warned us. Today, those plants are down because they're not getting enough gas. And we have a chairman of our board and attempting to raise the price of gas that these plants were getting at the time. So when he comes and he tells the governor of the central bank, well, what am I to do? What are we to do now with respect to Forex and revenue earned? He said, don't worry, the extra gas that we're not giving to those plants, like Methanex and so on, we'll give to the other downstream plants. Where's the other downstream plants? We're talking about uplifting the price. You don't think they were suffer the same fate as Nutrient and Methanex? Maybe even worse? Two major plants that we have in Point Lisas are now down. Major plants that were global in demand. The products were global in demand are now down. So who is the other plant you're giving the gas to? And what will be the outturn or the returns for the people of Trinidad and Tobago to central bank? You think we'll ever hear about that? No, we won't, sir. No, we will not. And this is what the Honorable Stuart Young was warning us about. Because when these major plants shut down, there's a risk involved that if they stay down too long, they will eventually pack up and say, here what? We gone. Because there are other horizons for them to go to get the gas that they need to run their plants. Because they are business people. Nutrient and Methanex and these plants the owners are business people. They don't need to really stay here. They could go elsewhere. But the environment encourages them to stay because it's not a hostile environment. But you know what? Who's making it hostile? The present government is making it hostile for them to stay. As they would have packed up and would have been gone already. And this is what you and me, and all who are listening, have to be fearful of. Because at the end of the day, if they go to rebuild anything in that downstream industry in Point Lisas, you and I may be so old, we might be senile. That is how long it may take. Because they will pick up their equipment and they will go. Because they are a continuum. We are not. We have a lifespan, and after that, that's it. And at the end of the day, it's going to affect all of us, including those who supply the food, those who have to send children to school, those who are employed there, who never thought one day, especially the nutrient workers, that I would be out of a job today. Never thought. But today, they're not working there anymore. After that, nutrient company spent over $132 million in refurbishing the plant just recently. In other words, they made an investment, not knowing that this new government is going to tell them, hey, only we need to give us more money for the use of our port, and we're going to increase the gas price. And they said, don't pay, that's your business. So what I hear when the Governor General of the Central Bank goes to the Ministry of Energy and you tell him, don't worry. But now I know I have to really and truly worry. Because as far as I understand, the governor, the Minister of Energy doesn't have a clue what he is doing. All of these companies that were supposed to come, he told us just recently in the last, but I think it was the media review that the Prime Minister was going to make an announcement on Petrotrin. You recall that?
Yep.
Where's the announcement?
I think the announcement coming, man, they say before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year?
Yeah, they said that before the end of the year.
Oh.
I saw a video. I think I saw a video with Dr. Monilal saying that before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year. And all monies owed to people will come before the end of the year too. Yeah. Or in the next budget, as the Minister of Finance said, the next budget finishing next year. Let's remember that. The next budget is finishing next year. So all looking forward to the money this year, we very well not get it until next year. You may announce it in the media review next year to come down the road. And it's down the road for everything. Down the road, down the road, down the road. And while we wait, people are home with children who cannot go to school. I told you all the other day what I was told about certain children who, when they were told that there would be no lunch in school tomorrow, did not come to school. I told you all that. After I spoke with you, I went and I confirmed it. They did not go to school because there was no lunch to collect. This is where we are in this country. You think it's going to get any better?
Well, there are people who believe. There are people who believe it
now
will.
At the end of the year, you have a budget coming up. As you have indicated to us, I didn't even recognize that until you indicated it, that there was no post-cabinet meeting for 8 weeks.
8 weeks, none.
So we don't have a clue. What are the plans going forward with this government?
No.
None.
No, we have a clue. We don't need to
We have a
know.
clue.
We don't need to
Like a
know.
surprise in the dead of the night.
When
And
last
all
you
the
hear
other
about
surprises have come.
when last you hear your partner who say, wait, this is not 1962, talk about the murder toll?
Exactly my point.
Does the murder toll exist in this country? Murders happening up
I have
today.
told you all.
Today I told you all that there was an assassination. Somebody was assassinated in St. Madeleine today.
But not only that, Pastor Google.
How much? Not one. I haven't heard one media. Well, I heard it on
I told you to look at
95.5.
the Ian Allen show because people missing.
People
I am
still
not a
missing?
fan of his.
People still missing?
People missing.
No, people are missing, man. That is a
Maybe
thing of
not
the
people
past.
Go back and look at the show today.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, caller. You see what you're saying there? That is a thing of the past. People don't miss.
Really?
Yeah, people don't miss in this country again.
They don't go missing.
No, they don't go missing.
Well, go back and look at this program this afternoon.
How much people missing?
I didn't check. But there are people missing. The people who didn't come home.
Well,
and he even said the last thing he said was, I will find him. I will find him.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Okay.
There are people missing.
Well, he gave TV station and the radio station now, so he could find them.
Well, yes, he could expand now and he have more people. But I look at him on an evening because some of the things he reports is not on the regular primetime TV.
I hope when the PNM come in office,
I look at him.
I hope when the PNM getting office, I can get a TV license.
You understand? So I have to look at him because many of these things...
Fine, you're agreeing to that, boy. You're not agreeing to that, boy.
And some of the things that even you say, some of the things we don't hear about it on primetime TV. And I know if you expand, of course, it'll get better.
Thank you.
And that's why I support your program.
Thank you.
Because I want you to improve. I don't want you to go backwards. Because we need to get the truth.
Well, there are some people want me to talk bacchanal and confusion. Them say, they say,
but
he say, she say.
Pastor Google is the honest to God truth what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago.
No, we're talking about
because
bacchanal.
Many of us have to go and research it and look for it. Your last caller indicated same. You understand? That's what we have to do. Because a lot of things are being hidden away from the general public. So what do we do? Let it remain hidden or come and talk about it?
Come and talk about it. So let me take our next call. I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
people trying to call in. All right. 464-7003. 464-7003. You can call in now and let me know what is your view on some of the issues that we have raised this evening. You can call 464-7003. 464-7003. Talk to me. What is your thoughts? All right. We have a budget coming up, in how much months? 1 month we in July, August, September, October. Next 3 months, we have a budget that is going to be read to destination. So let's see. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm okay, Pastor. I'm okay.
That's good to hear, man.
Say again?
I said that is good to hear, sir.
Yeah, listen to your last two callers, and I totally agree with everything they say.
Why you agree with everything they say?
Because
there's nothing that they said that you would want to question them on.
What I would like, listen to Pastor, please.
Excuse?
I have an issue.
No, what you said just now?
I said I agree with everything they say.
Yeah, but then yeah, and then I said to you that
what would I want to question them on?
Yeah, that's why I said to you. That's why I asked, what would you like to question them on? We don't want you to just agree with everything that they say. There must be some things that they would have said that warrant you to want to ask them. Like,
can I carry on, sir? Sir, excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. What baffles me, right, is the Minister of Finance. Hello? Hello? Yeah, what baffles me, right? Minister of Finance telling us, don't worry. And the Minister of Energy don't have a clue. And plans closing down after plan closing down. You telling me? Don't worry. Minister of Finance, don't worry. And the Minister of Energy don't have a clue. And you telling me what is going to happen next year? Or you hear Munila talk? You have listened to the Munila? You clearly see Munila in a square taking out a hole. Munila doesn't talk me the language of the industry. Okay. Anyhow, whatever. You hear man? That man doing speak the language of the industry.
No, just don't call her. What do you mean by what I don't
you hear you have listened to Munilal's speech?
Dr. Munilal is the minister Dr. Munilal is the minister of...
One of the minister. We have a minister with subsidy.
Yeah, no. He is the substantive minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, sir. The other minister is the junior minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, okay? The junior minister, from what I learned on Thursday, I listened to, what's his name? Naked. On Friday, and Mr. Naked said that he don't have no say in the ministry. He don't have no say when money is concerned in the ministry. He don't have no say in anything in the ministry, really. He is just the minister in the Ministry of Sport. So the minister who can speak to you on issues concerning things that are happening in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industry is Dr. Munilal.
Right, I hear you. And you.
I just asking you as a caller. You said that you agreed with everything that the two callers said prior. I am asking you if there is nothing in what they said that you will want to question them on.
Challenge them on?
Yes. Well, a challenge.
Or question them on?
Yeah.
No, most of them know that they have been on the air. Both of them. They know what they're talking about. They have been on the air.
Okay. All right. So
what baffles me is what our budget is going to look like next year.
Next year?
Well, no, I mean,
our budget is going to be.
Sorry, in a couple of months, weeks. What is we're going to look like?
It's going to look good. It's going to look good.
What we aim for it.
Well, if you listen to what Central Bank said,
you believe in them?
Central Bank is saying that the local companies, the local industries, the local people will with the locals will generate enough foreign exchange.
They are out of touch with reality.
Who's that? Who's out of touch? Me?
The Central Bank. Because these local companies have a US account.
I just think that, we need to give people are willing to give them a chance.
I understand.
People are willing to give the government a chance.
So, all right, so give them a chance, and we seeing.
You seeing what?
Everything falling down.
You seeing everything falling down?
Pastor, let's not wait. Pastor, I was born in 1980.
You was born in 1980?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I will.
You behave disrespectful like you're old.
No, I was born in 1980. Some history. Growing up everybody in the 80s, I have never in the 80s and 90s. I have never seen this.
That is not true. That is not true. In 1984, when Robinson was running this place, soft drink went up from 50 cents to $2. People started to ball. People lose their home. People had to fly out. Half of my partners and them grew up on suitcase. Mother live in America, father working here. Yeah, and had to be living on barrel.
I have cousins who are barrel chain.
Are you saying just now caller Texas, we stopped calling this man 10%. So we calling him caller. So he's not we are refraining from calling him 10%. so Texas on the Texan border, right? 10%, you given what? That UNC a chance just for voting for Felicia. All right, so somebody said it again, 10%. Well, sorry, caller, Somebody just said it. Caller.
First begin, I vote for the young lady, yes.
Oh, somebody said, you know what somebody said we could call you? Somebody said we can call you. Call him 10% plus. Alright, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Plus, I don't even know why I gain out of the 10% plus. Anyway, whatever. It's hard to offer. Anyhow,
right. So what I'm saying to you, sir, is in 1986. Right, 1986.
I'm very boy. Yeah, I am. People love the cool all kind of thing. Yeah, I'm all that. I'm very boy, but I'm all that. People love the cool all kind of thing. But in this, we're seeing plants proven month after month. Just a couple of months, we should make hold operation. Matter next now. But basically, you really believe how long they're going to stay in limbo? And when they're going, what are you going to do? Call them back? So
you don't think that if they go and the PNM come back in office, they can't call them back?
I mean that could be a hell of a chance.
So you just throwing your hand up in the air then?
Say again?
Are you throwing your hands up in the air?
No, I'm not. The lady,
I didn't hear what you just said.
No, I'm not. I am not. I live in here. I have no choice but to be optimistic. But
are you optimistic? Are you optimistic?
Well, I'm hoping. I'm praying.
Why is choopsing and fretting like I upsetting you?
No, I'm not choopsing. I say hoping and praying. Why would I choops?
I sure I heard you choops.
No, I don't shoot. I said I like for soups and me soups.
I'm sure people on the live here, yes, soups.
No, I don't soups. I'm sorry if I can't go to soup, I didn't soups. I used to get one small, so I can't soups again.
You used to get licks when you were small for soups, then?
What? I could not soups tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyhow, that being said, so I have an issue.
What's that?
This. You think you don't have a chance? Okay, you don't have a chance. But what's going on? You're seeing things fun. Let's imagine we in 2020 talk about our passport right now. In 2026, we talk about passport right now. I never hold this discussion in my life in Trinidad.
Oh, passport can run out. So wait now, passport can run out?
I never hold that.
Well, passport, and the minister say it ain't running out. It doesn't run low. It ain't run out. It doesn't run low. Hear what the minister say. Hear what the minister say. Well, so come on. The sun is falling from the sky. Things happening.
The passport kicks on and serious thing. We hold on this discussion in 2026. Passport shortage, in this day and age, we hold on this.
Listen to me. You going anyway?
Sir, I'm going to go somewhere else now.
You want to go away? Relax yourself. You ain't going away.
Really?
You're not going a place. Here what we talking about. Here we need to talk about.
Before I go, right? What's the day again?
What's today again?
Date. What is the date today?
Today is the 7th of the 7th month, 2026.
Right. I'll in a secret, right? There's a strong possibility. Yes, sir? Before I go. Hello?
You tell me listening to you, now you're asking me for listening to you. Is that bacchanal so?
No, I have the attention. Today is 7th of July. There's a strong possibility, sir, that the parade, Independence Parade, may not be in Port of Spain. Have a good night. I'm ex-military.
He's a bacchanalist.
So I know what I'm saying. There's a strong possibility.
Where will it be? Where will it be, caller?
Well,
come on, you can't be wait. You can't be busting Mark. Wait, you can't be busting Mark on constructive talk. Wait.
Give me a chance, sir. I got a chance, please. Sir, I got a chance. It is alleged that they look at the car park dumped over. You see what I mean? It is alleged. Because the lady catch up because the lady can't get that one morning to reach the parade.
Which Teruba? Which Teruba? The same Teruba that they say.
The stadium.
Alright, caller. Alright.
Yeah, good night, yeah. But you have the 7th of July, yeah, so when the fancy lap, it didn't go on. Alright.
Alright, caller.
Good night.
Alright. Ollie, leave me alone now. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, sir.
Pleasantries to your family. Pleasantries and God bless to your program. This is not political. I need to highlight the God's truth, the honest truth, what I have been experiencing with courts, and it will always, and it will also save poor people from this type of situation. Listen and listen well. You're not stupid and you can count. I have an account at courts.
Just say a furniture, please.
Huh?
Just say a furniture, please.
All right. Call it furniture place. Right. Everybody done hear that already. So I have this account, furniture place. Now, when you go into this furniture place, they have machines that you go to pay your bill. When you go to the machine, you put in your phone number. The phone number, by putting in your phone number, your account number comes up. If you have 2 or 3 bills, different bills to pay, all that will come up. I have 2 bills to pay. Right? One bill is $504. The other bill is $214. Right? It comes up to $722, I think. No, $218. That will come up to $722. So I go to the machine. The machine, it got to have cameras. So I go to the machine, myself and my wife. She goes browsing in the store, ladies as usual, and I go to the machine, put in the number, my account number comes up, and the payment. And notice one saying $504, the other one saying $218. I put in $700 first. I count them, and the camera must see my movements, because I made 7 movements to put in $700, $100 a piece. So coming to the $22 now in my hand, I realize I have $21. Now remember, the bill is $722. I say I ain't paying no $21. Right? I turn around and I'm looking for my wife. My wife was browsing. I say, you see that? I pull out a $20 and I made it $40, and I put away the single dollar. So I put it in the machine, and the machine is letting me know that I paid $740. The machine is also letting me know that the $18 plus surplus will go as to the account. Right? Say, okay. You know, when I receiving a bill from the machine,
in connection with my payment. You know, the bill is saying $540. I now pressing $740. The bill is saying $540. So immediately I alerted a clerk. I alerted the clerk. The clerk sent me to two other persons who does do counting also. They say, well, here what's going on. We will not be able to go into the machine today, right? We have to wait until the day is closing and then we will know what's going on. You will come next week, which is this week. I said, no problem. I am home tomorrow, please God. I have already decided I'm going tomorrow, please God, by courts. By the furniture shop. So I'm in the garden today. And while I'm in the garden, they made my wife got a phone call. And this is what been said on the phone call, during the phone call. They didn't ask for me, you know. They are saying to let me know that they did that redress, they did some checking, and all they saw, they believe that is $540 I paid. And they saw when I went into my pocket. They saw when I stopped. By the time, here what they're redressing me with. When I stopped looking for my wife to get $2 and I decide, look, I ain't staying too long by the machine here, let me put an next $20. So they're telling me that all they saw is about that time. And the $540, they feel that it is correct. Mr. Google, the machine erred. The machine is not working properly. And normally in that furniture store, it does have two machines. This time when I went, it had three. And foolish me, I gone by the new one. When I gone by the new one, this is what occurred. I paid $740 and $540 came back out with a receipt telling me that is what I paid. So I have to go by them tomorrow, please God, to get this rectified. I ain't going to fight, because I am a receipt. I have God with me and I'm a receipt. And I know nothing can be the truth. But I need to highlight this so that poor people who get in their hard-earned money must not allow themselves to be thwarted by what's going on outside there. Be careful with these machines. Do not pay. If you have 3 bills, do not pay 3 one time. Pay one at a time. There's scamming going on here. And it's either scamming went on or the machine fouling and the people just ain't doing a proper investigation. Because if you're doing an investigation, it has cameras by the machine. And on my gesticulation, when I move in to put in my $740, you must see 7 movements. And then you must see 2 other movements, that is 7 and 2, 9. 700. And the $40, that is 9. So I don't know what they're telling me. So I go in with all my proof and I go in tomorrow, please God. What transpire, I will call you and let the nation know. Thank you for your time. God bless you, man. God bless the whole nation. I God.
All right, thank you very much. So I got the video to show you guys what MP Young will have spoken about also. Let's go with that video. Take a listen to this. Trinidad and Tobago. We're going on there. Take a listen to this.
Trinidad and Tobago
The latest news coming out of our energy sector is unfortunately once again disastrous news. Methanex has now shut down its plant. Methanex is the largest global producer of methanol. And they have now shut down Titan. So they have no plants operational. Add this to the shutdown of the 4 Nutrien plants. What you're seeing is exactly what we've been warning of, which is a complete annihilation of our petrochemical industry in Trinidad and Tobago by this incompetent Kamla Persad-Bissessar-led government. You heard the Minister of Energy say in Parliament within the past couple of weeks, gas production is up and they've taken gas production up and gas production has stabilized. So therefore, it is the same amount, or according to them, more gas that they're dealing with than what we were managing. Fortunately, all of the new gas projects, including what they believe is a panacea, Manatee, were negotiated by us in the PNM. However, if these petrochemical plants continue to shut down and close up operations, not only is it a loss of jobs of the workers there, it is a loss of jobs in the ecosystem. All those who supply, all the subcontractors, all the people who do janitorial service, security service, provide food, etc. It's a loss of additional foreign exchange in our economy, where this government said we will fix foreign exchange. They're doing the exact opposite. They are destroying sources of foreign exchange. This is all due to the incompetence of the UNC government, their inability, lack of sophistication to negotiate commercial contracts that would work both for the plants and producers as well as for NGC, something that we did for 10 years. It's not an easy task, but you get it done for the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago, because these plants and these operators bring a lot of benefit to our economy, and that helps keep us afloat. So what you're seeing is a continued incompetence and destruction of our energy sector in record time by this UNC government. This is not good. It is not good for us in Trinidad and Tobago.
Taking your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your thoughts on what you just heard? What is your thoughts on what you just heard? That doesn't add up. Based on what we hear the central bank governor is saying, and what MP Young is saying, SC is not adding up. So, Trinidad and Tobago, you tell me what MP Young just said and what the central bank governor is saying. It's adding up. Turning up. It's 10:49. Taking your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. That is the number to call. 10% tell us that he alleges that he believe. I don't know where you get information from, but 10% plus is saying that the parade might just be in the Banlara Stadium this year. Right? So 10% plus is saying to us that the parade may just be at the Banlara Stadium. I can't verify it. I don't know if what 10% plus is saying is true. Right? I don't know if what 10% plus is saying is true. But let's see. We have how much more weeks to go? before what 10%, if what 10% plus comes to pass. 1, 2, 3 weeks to go. So let's see if what 10% plus said is true. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Google, and to everyone that listening. Well, what I want to say here is
it's 10:49.
Hello?
Caller, you need to listen to me on your phone and not on the television.
Okay, I have listened to you on it. Of course. Yes. Well, everything is shutting down. I want to say, since they are aligned with Trump, I could see why everything's shutting down. I want to leave because no country, I think, on this earth here right now want to deal with him, and they don't want to deal with nobody who align with him either. You understand? So, therefore, I see where his son-in-law and his daughter, they're running them from our country. So, why all company quick to shut down the thing and move out? They don't want to be in a hostile place where people running like a tyrant. You understand? As they say, they used to call Dr. Rowley, how they used to call him? Dictator. You know? Now they see what's happening as far as I see. Nobody want to stay. Not even the vendors on the street. They are now closing up shop. So you see what's going on. Just now it will be like a desert down there. It will be like a desert. Eh? You could imagine the vendors and all of the close up stuff around. Everything so? It's ridiculous, man. Seriously. Anyhow, talk to you, man.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. We have to wake up, you know. I don't know when we will wake up. But it apparently people sleeping still, man. People still sleeping. People still, you know, people don't wake up yet to the reality of what's going to hit Trinidad and Tobago or what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. 464-7003. 464-7003. I'm taking some of all your calls tonight. All right. So as I said just now, 10% plus told us that we're going to 10% plus said that the parade might be right down by me here. That's what 10% plus said to us. The parade may just be done by us in San Fernando this year.
I said give me a F, O, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I got here the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play goatish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the votes, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, you see the FA, now they go a pedophile. F-A-F-O. I said the F-A, now they got F-O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-A-F-O, I tell you that is, tell him that is the call. Oh, say, can you see? You see the call? Give me. Trinidadian love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America Trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily their clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene. Scandalize the land and destroy we economy. What? Like we miss the free for all, incompetence and bubble. So we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls. Feel the F-A-F-O. They say the F-A, now they got F-O. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. F-A-F-O. I said the F-A, now we go F-O. Meanwhile, Tanti setting up TNT in people worship how we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the radar in Shipping Palace. F-A-F-O. I said the F-A, now she go F-O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. F-A-F-O. Tell them that is, tell them that is the call. Cause when cold yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the doc. Doc, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome. But your F-A-F-O, your F-A, and then your F-O. You chain up the young man for truth to snap election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shortcut as F-A-F-O. Your F-A, now all of we F-O. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. But they feel like they get betrayed, like it has snake in the valleys. F-A-F-O. I say your F-A, now all of we F-O. You see when you're ever wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-A-F-O, and that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this. Let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a F. Give me a A. Another F. Give me a O.
All right, so it's 11 o'clock. I ain't seen anybody calling in again, so I think that's it for the program this evening. Let me say thank you all very, very much for being a part of Constructive Talk, where we talk and highlight issues and current affairs that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be sitting in a hot seat talking to you about things that is concerning your country. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, talk to you tomorrow, please God, where we continue to highlight and bring the issues. Let me just say this. I was supposed to have a guest on this evening, unfortunately, every time I call, they're not answering. And also, I was trying to get the counselor for the buildings that Philip Alexander went up on with a Galavanti Selfat. I was trying to get the counselor for that area to be on the program. Unfortunately, I didn't. Also, I was trying to get some other stuff, So I don't know. People are afraid. I don't know why. In the sense that I don't understand why people. Let me just leave it there. But again, Trinidad and Tobago, we need to be thankful. We need to be thankful. I just saw this video on social media about a tornado that hit Japan. Take a look at this. And that is the tornado that ripped apart parts of China. 11 persons already counted that has died in that tornado. So Trinidad and Tobago, let's be thankful now. Let's be grateful. All right, thanks to all of the callers. Thanks for all of you who viewed. And yeah, it's left to see if we are going to have the parade in Lara Stadium. That was predicted, and yeah, it's predicted by 10% plus.
The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Yak and Friends proudly presents Uhuru 8. Join us on Saturday, July 25th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the City Hall Auditorium, Harris Promenade in San Fernando. This year's celebration is held in honor of Mr. Anthony Kamiziong as we continue strengthening our African ties through culture, unity, and heritage. Experience an unforgettable evening of African dance, powerful drumming, cultural expression, and great food. Early bird tickets are $350 admits 2 and $200 admits 1. Come dressed in your finest African attire for a chance to win Best Dressed Male and Female. Celebrate African culture. Celebrate freedom. Celebrate Uhuru 8. For tickets, contact 684-1792 or ticket outlet at Something Special with Finishing Touch at Ritz Plaza, number 25, St. James Street in San Fernando.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.